at Zingerman's Deli there in Ann Arbor, and it is as good as they say it is. Michael Eves, we were there week 2 of last season, Sports Center on the road. We ate there 3 times in 2 days, and full disclosure, you get up there and there's such a huge line. I panicked ordered. Like, you have to know what you're ordering, or you just sort of get pushed into like saying the first thing you see. There's a lot of pressure when you go up there and order. So listen, you've been warned there. I don't know how busy it is at this time of day, but later today you better know what you're doing. As for what Michigan is doing today, they've got Hawaii. What kind of factor is rest going to play in this game?
It's going to be a huge one for one team in particular. Let me give you a little bit of a history lesson first, Sarah, on this matchup. This is the 3rd time ever that Michigan and Hawaii have played on the football field. The first game back in 1986 was Jim Harbaugh's last regular season game as the Wolverines quarterbacks. Michigan went 11-2 that year. They were co-champions of the Big Ten, and Harbaugh was the conference player of the year. That's the history lesson. Let's talk about today for a second. The thing is, Michigan will definitely be the most rested team on the field today because Hawaii opened its season last week in Sydney, Australia. They lost to Cal. But as a result of going down under, they've already traveled more than 13,000 miles across 13 different time zones. And over the course of the year, they will travel more than 47,000 miles total for their regular season. Now, that pales in comparison to what Michigan will do. They will only travel about 2,600 miles over the course of their regular season. And they have 5 straight home games to start the season, Sarah. And their first road game is not until October 8th against Rutgers, and that's just outside New York. So a lot of short travel for Michigan this season. So they should be well rested, to say the least, for today's game against Hawaii.
I just want you to know I'm well prepared, Eves, because go ahead and write this down. This year I had time to study it. I want a 73. It's a Tarbs Tenacious Tenure. It's turkey, avocado, cheese, some kind of spread, another kind of spread, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, so that's the one. So if you could just wrap that up and bring it back to Bristol, and we'll meet there, that would be terrific.
Here's the deal, Sarah. Zingerman's, they ship their food all across the country. So if you wanted to order, you can actually get it from here and they'll send it to the house. And speaking of around the world, they actually get their Swiss cheese from Switzerland. Their cinnamon comes from Indonesia. They go all around the world to get their ingredients and end up making things like this. A big loaf that looks like a football. That I think a lot of these will be over the big house today for a tailgate. By the way, Sarah, my favorite sandwich, I'm from Kentucky, so I'm going to go chicken, not fried though. Bob and Roz's Fiesta chicken breast, but it's got a little spice to it, some chili, some roasted red peppers. I like to get down with the fire when I'm having a good sandwich over here at Zinger.
Yeah. What's wrong with fried? What are you going for, the healthy diet, Eves? I'm not for that. Michael Eves at Zingerman's.
I'm getting a little older, Sarah. Getting a little older.
Michael Eves back with us a little later here on SportsCenter. Thanks, Michael.